Hi guys, it's Nadine from Voices for Autism. How are you all doing? How have you enjoyed your summer? I know it's flown by for us anyway. I don't know about you guys. But I wanted to say hi, and I know it's been a while. And just to let you know how we've really been spending our summer. Tegan is okay with change. Obviously his routine has dwindled because there's no school, and it's not been that bad. If we've got plans, I will always explain to Tegan what we're doing the day before and the morning and during. Tegan is very particular on wanting to know what's happening, where we're going, who's it with. If it changes slightly, I will always explain why. He's very visual, as we know, but anywhere we do go is normally familiar to him. So I've spent a lot of time this summer working on his independent skills, his concentration, and really trying to focus on the task at hand. It's important for me because Tegan is almost 18. I don't know where the time's gone, and it's quite emotional because he's been through so much and he doesn't understand how much. I think with us by his side, he's doing brilliantly, but that thought in the back of your mind is always, what's going to happen when we're not here? And for me, that's the biggest thing I always remind parents about, because we're not here forever. We're not. I could go out there tomorrow and kind of be hit by a bus, which, you know, hopefully that doesn't happen. But it's just an example that, you know, we always need to think ahead. You know, we've been food shopping, we've been out for clothes, we've been on holiday even. If you're on our social media platforms, you'll know that we travelled. We've been there before. We haven't been there for a few years, but Tenerife is lovely. It's not that far. You're guaranteed good weather. The food is all right. And I know some children do have challenges with certain foods, but the foods are quite English. So you're going to get your chips, you're going to get your nuggets, and just, you know, plain stuff really. And it was lovely. It was the first time that I've actually been away and haven't had to worry about, you know, following Tegan here, following Tegan there. You know, we could let him go to the shop, but was very specific with the instructions, you know. And he's so carefree, he's so wanting to do a good job that he will, you know, you might see him reciting the instructions. And that's fine, because it needs to make sense to him. What else have we been doing? We've been going food shopping. I tend to do my food shopping during the week when they're at school. And I've started to bring Tegan along with me because he struggles with money, he struggles with numbers, and his maths is very, very, very basic. I'm pretty sure he's not the only one, but I'd like to try and increase that. If I can't increase that, at least he's familiar. You know, I don't want him to grow up and, you know, he experiences some stuff for the first time and he freaks out because it's alien to him. So we've been going shopping, he's been going down the aisles, finding what he needs, and, you know, putting everything on the conveyor belt, even to putting everything in the car. Just, you know, daily stuff that we're going to go through. That's what we've been focusing on with him. You know, he's pretty good at, you know, picking out his clothes, and I do the ironing. I am yet to get to that day or that stage where I'm happy for Tegan to iron for himself. No. But I know that I have to start somewhere. So this is me starting somewhere. You know, he's 18 in March, and where's the time gone? Where has the time gone? And I keep saying it to parents that, you know, we're not going to be here forever. The reality is we're not going to be here forever. And you know, when we were on holiday, me and Dad were having a conversation, and I said, you know, I've always said that I want Tegan to stay with us for as long as possible. Even when his little brother moves out and does his thing, I want Tegan to live with us. I do. And it's purely because it's not about I don't trust Tegan. It's the others out there that I'm worried about. You know, we live in an area where there's gun crime, there's knife crime, and there's no getting away from that. Don't get me wrong. Well, if we won the lottery and, like, you know, lived on another planet, maybe, but it's everywhere. So we just have to be mindful about that. And, you know, it suddenly occurred to me, actually, our support network isn't going to be around forever. So what are you going to do? So then I thought, actually, you have the opportunity for assisted housing, supported living and things like that. So why not use that to your advantage? You know, we want to wrap our children in cotton wool, and we just can't do that. We can't. So I'm thinking now maybe it would be better for Tegan to do the whole supported living. Maybe not right now, but in a few years. And parents, we have to be realistic. We have to be realistic. And, you know, it does make me emotional, and it does make me think, oh my God, how's Tegan going to survive? But I tell you what, he will survive. He will survive because he can, and he tries, and he always does his best. And, you know, that's all I can ever ask for him. And we do our very best with him. We don't do everything for him, but we assist him, you know, and I think that's the best thing that we can do. So this summer, it's all been about being independent, you know. Even we've done a few events over the summer, and Tegan's always been there, right in the thick of it, getting to know people, talking to people, and that's just him reinforcing his social skills, being around people, being in crowds. And a lot of our children or our young people with autism struggle with these things, and we know that there's no cure for autism. We know that. So it's more of how are we going to manage the condition? How are we going to enhance their lives? You know, I've looked at websites and things thinking, you know, how's Tegan going to get a job? Will he get a job? My thing is, not really, if I'm honest. But that's not to say that he won't get a job. He could work for Voices for Autism forever, or he could work for another family business. But, you know, there's a lot of, you know, he could volunteer. Why should he volunteer? Why can't he get paid? He's a human being. If he's good at something, why can't he get paid for it? And that's my thing. Last week we stepped out to open him a bank account, and okay, he's going to be vulnerable with money, but why can't he have his own bank account? Why? He's of age. He can do it. You know, if we train him up, and if we keep a watchful eye on him and the money and what he's spending and things like that, but he should be given the opportunity. I even went as far as putting him on the electoral roll. He's a human being. Just because he's got autism, it doesn't mean that he cannot be, you know, classed as a human. You know, he doesn't need to be under mum and dad's thumb for the rest of his life, because he can achieve, he will achieve. And I think this summer, he's just shown us that he's willing to put in the work and he's willing to try. And I love that about him. So, you know, just creating opportunities for your kids is just so important. It is so important, and we need to be realistic. And that's not to say that they're not going to do well in life, or they can't do this or they can't do that. Given half the chance, Tegan surprises us all the time. He actually makes me eat my words, because half the time I'm saying, oh no, he can't, no. Actually, he can. When we were on holiday, the water park. I think Tegan went on everything. And I was so proud. And I just think he just leaves me speechless, basically, because he's just doing so well. And everybody says that, you know, it's you, mum, that brings out the best in him. But I think everybody that meets and, you know, knows Tegan knows that he's a special boy. He's a special boy and he's so lovely. You mentioned Tegan's name, people automatically fall in love with Tegan because he's just got so much manners, he's polite, he's friendly. And I think if our SEN children are given the chance, you're always going to get the best out of them, whether they're verbal or non-verbal. They can do and they can achieve. But that's how we've been spending our summer. I'm looking forward to the next academic year. I don't know what it's going to bring. I don't know what the next steps are for Tegan, but we just have to keep going. So I think I've waffled on enough, but thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Any questions, any comments, put them in the comment section below. But bye for now, guys.